Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Let's take a look at some stocks on the move today. I'm Tim Stanovic along with Isabel Lee, and we're joined by Bloomberg News earnings reporter Red Brown. Red, we got to start with Nvidia.
We do, don't we? Stock on everybody's minds right now. The ticker, if you don't know, is NVDA. As you were just saying, Tim, the stock is down around 3% at the moment in post-market. Last time I checked, it was on the fourth worst in the S&P 500 at this time. The results just were lackluster, and that's kind of, I think, why we're seeing the reaction we're getting at the moment. Shares are still up 35% this year. That's triple the market overall. So, I guess take it with a grain of salt. It is one quarter, but lackluster.
And also up close to 100% since those lows of April, which is pretty shocking.
Yeah, I mean, so the stock is still having an incredible year. 2-3% move this at the moment, though maybe more of an economic indicator at this point. So we will want to see kind of what the commentary is around a lot of the hot topics of China, of Blackwell chips as well. Those ramped up, the revenue for that ramped up 17% sequentially. So that maybe is a kind of silver lining at the moment that new tech is gaining some ground. And then also, I get to hear some more thoughts about the $60 billion buyback. I guess there's a couple different ways to interpret that. Obviously, the market's maybe not taking it so positively at the moment. But
shares were down as much as 8% before that headline cross. So
maybe positive.
So little positive. I mean, as Kunjan Chobani told us on our program today ahead of the call, he likes to see that as a use of money rather than dividends. Yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could kind of make an argument both ways. There's, I think, maybe the concern of they have all this extra money and they have nowhere to put it besides in the stock. But like you said, maybe a positive so far.
Yeah, it's really tough because the stock is priced to perfection. What about Smucker? What's happening there?
Yeah, no, we're a little bit of a different topic here.
No AI there.
No, I don't think so. Smucker, the ticker is SJM. It's actually the second worst performing stock in the S&P 500 today. Shares fell as much as 9%, finished down around 4%. It's one of its worst days since June. So I thought the story was really interesting just because they called out the weakness in coffee sales. This comes off the heels of Keurig Dr. Pepper announcing that $18 billion deal to buy a Dutch coffee company. And I think it just kind of speaks to some of the struggles that the coffee industry is having. They're dealing with real secular issues. Before the trade war, they were already dealing with some environmental issues that were kind of impacting coffee crops. And then you have, obviously, the trade war on top of that. Just this week, President Trump announced a 50% tariff on Brazil. So things like that weighing on Smuckers at the moment.
Okay, from peanut butter and jelly back to technology, HPQ.
Sorry, I'm a little all over the place this evening. Yes, HPQ, they surged actually 5% post-market. And then I think once Nvidia's results came out, they're now down 3%. So a little bit of a wild ride in the last hour or so for HP. They gave an earnings forecast in line with expectations. I think the interpretation is that there is some kind of demand coming back for computers, especially those new computers that can run AI software. The company said 25% of its product sales now coming from AI computers. We'll want to see how that kind of develops going forward because that actually came faster than the company was expecting. So a little bit of a positive there, but still kind of caught up in the tailwind of or the slipstream, I guess, of Nvidia at the moment.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.